So, can you see the small video I showed? So far, actually, we are only in the um, third, fourth session, actually. So, we saw, first of all, mastermind. Does God exist? You know, uh, through different scientific uh, scientific researchers and that have presented, and through different examples of the universe, of the nature, where there is a footprint of that ultimate creator, you know, we discussed. So, so it is very easy to prove and the existence of God than to disprove it. One scientist told me, you know. So, like you're more intelligent than me. Somebody is more intelligent than you. So, like if you go, there is one supreme intelligence, infinite intelligence. We call it God. You know, based on Gita, always we have this confusion. God is energy, Shakti, or God is a loving father, Vyakti. That confusion is always there. But with regards to Bhagavad Gita, it is always, God is actually um, a Vyakti with so many Shaktis, unlimited Shaktis. In other words, is a very uh, a loving personality with unlimited energies. So that is what we have seen, the existence of God as a principle. Then in the next session we saw we have four defects. The human beings have four defects. What are the four defects? We cannot. Um, we cannot. We have imperfect senses. You know the word parallax error. All the great scientists, they said, um, uh, even though we have perfect instruments, but we use our senses which are imperfect. That way, the knowledge that we derive is actually imperfect. So when Dalton postulates atom as a watermelon, and Rutherford brings it a particle theory, but uh, then another scientist proposes wave theory. You know, so likewise, then what is true? Darwin proposed man came from monkey, and I have showed examples also how science also made huge mistakes, and for which humanity paid a lot of price. Also, because we have imperfect senses, we tend to become illusioned. We tend to become illusioned. Then, and not only that, we commit mistakes. Serious mistakes are made in science also. And not only that, we have cheating propensity. And I showed, the scientists supporting Darwin theory, they really try to cheat the humanity by presenting false evidences. Today, we can see them in London Museum as the biggest fraud of science, because a conditioned uh, living entity has this defect of cheating. We all have that. So we are this much. We try to project we are much better than what we are. We try to impress on others that we are the best. But we know back of our mind our weaknesses, our deficiencies, right? So that's why if we want to know God as a principle, pratyaksha, direct sense perception doesn't work. Anuman means inference, mean research. It doesn't work because our senses are involved in doing research. But the Shabda, Shastra, scriptures, Vedas, so Veda, don't think it's like old palm leaves and old man is turning them in Himalayas. No, it means to know Veda means knowledge. So, if all the Vedas, Vedavyas, one Veda is split into four, um, then he wrote Vedas and he wrote all the Upanishads. Vedanta, Vedanta. This was the Vedas and Upanishads start. Upanishads also 108. Uh, can you please mute everyone? So, Vedanta means once Vedas and Upanishads start. Upa means close. Upavas means close to God, not fasting. But why we fast? So that we don't need to spend a lot of time. Body takes 16 hours to process the food, and body gets tired. So upavas means you fast so that you don't need to work on the departments of the body. You don't need to make them work very hard, like grinding the food, digesting all these things. Rather, you give them rest so that you can focus on that. But if you're fasting and meditating on kitchen, that is really not upvas. When will tomorrow come and I can eat? So upa means a close. Ni means sit under. Shat means acharya. So Upanishad means a sit under, sit close to a guru and learn from him. Because he realized the truth by deliberation. He has realized the truth by experience. So, but again, there are 108 Upanishads. How many books can you read? But one book. The essence of Upanishads is Gita Upanishad. Sarva Upanishado Gavo Dugdha Gopala Nandana Pardo Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdam Gita Amrutam Mahat. If all the Upanishads are like cow, who is milking the cow? Gopala Nandana. Krishna is milking the cow. Cow will not give the milk without a calf. Who is calf? Pardo Vatsaha. Arjuna is the calf. So Krishna is using the cow of Upanishads, and Krishna is using Arjuna as the calf, and to milk this cow of Upanishads. So what is the milk that is coming out? Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahat. The milk that is coming out is Bhagavad-Gita. Who is drinking it? People who are intelligent. Sudhir Bhokta. Like somebody tells, do research on cow, it takes 1 year. Oh, I don't know. No, do research on the cow. By drinking the milk, you say I can drink 2 more glasses. Because it is very tasty, right? Anyway, so Bhagavad Gita is called the essence of Vedas and Upanishads. So what is Bhagavad Gita telling us? Telling about us. Let us see that today. And as I showed the video, soul is active and body is dead. What activates the body is soul. That's why as soon as soul leaves the body, body is dead and nobody wants it. Corona has caused 2,05,000 people to leave this world. They all have desires. They all have visa issues. They have relationship problems, children problems, that problem, this problem, health issues. But till they are no more. Their problems are no more relevant. Number 8. What is number 8? This is 8. You turn it like this: infinity. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatre senam. Isamsare kadudukare krupayade ipahi murare. Number 8 means infinity. No beginning, no end. You've taken birth in 1960s, then you will live probably to 30 and 40. Maybe 50 maximum. Then you'll go to next place. You taken birth in 70, then 2050. You taken birth in 80. Things like Corona, don't affect us. You agree? I don't know how many of you meditated on this type of things. Or maybe tomorrow, we don't know. So, Bhajagovinda slokas say, again, Birth and again death, again leaving this world, again sit in the womb of the mother. Which mother? A dog or a cat or a beast or a bird or a reptile? We don't know. Yasamsara kodudukhare. This world is the suffering is a reality of this world. Take shelter of Kripaya Dehi Pahi Murare. Take shelter of Govinda, Krishna. Bhajagovindam, Bhajagovindam. Bhajagovindam Mudamate Samprapte Sanhite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshate Dukkan Karane. Whatever this whatever the courses you have studied, they will not work, they will not help at the time of leaving the world. You think always, and that is very far. I used to think like that. No, it is not so far. So anyway, matter is always dead. What animates the matter is a soul. You know. So this Prabhu actually he made the video. You know. So like a driver to the car, soul to the passenger. I mean, soul to the body. You know, soul to the body. But there is one more soul within us, Paramatma, super soul. He controls both matter and spirit together. My point to you, so that's what we're going to see today. Am I matter, am I spirit? Basically, some people in the West, they say you're only chemicals. One day, one scientist said, you're only a bunch of chemicals. There is one more scientist in the same conference. He said, I'll give you the chemicals, and I check. So he challenged him. If I give the chemicals to you, can you make a human being out of it? Definitely not. Matter is different, spirit is different. Right? So we'll see these 6 things today. The matter of spirit, 6 changes, scientific proofs, mechanism of reincarnation, difference between soul and God, practical benefits of knowledge. We cannot finish in one session. It takes at least two or three. Let us say 2 actually. Who am I? Somebody asks you, who are you? You'll tell your name, right? My name is, no. I don't want your name. Who are you? You tell your profession. I don't want your profession. Who are you? I am Indian. I don't want your nationality. Who are you? Are you listening? Right? Then who are you? We don't know. When a problem comes, I was telling recently somebody, we address the problem with the premise. I am an Indian. I came to America. I'm a man or woman. I'm so-and-so. With this premise, you address the problem, which is not true actually. And when we address the problem with the premise, our ability to address the problem goes down probably by 90%. Because whatever we tell we are, it's only a temporary designation. 20, 30 years ago, it was not there. 20, 30 years later, it won't be there. But when you address the problem, I'm a spirit soul, part and parcel of God. And I'm a spirit soul. Then you become like I'm as powerful as sun. Sun people of Michigan love sun. Yeah, we have the same power. So my point is, we are not a bunch of chemicals. So let us see. Let us examine today. Who am I? Who are you? Actually, I forgot. I usually offer a prayer today. I forgot. Should excuse me. Let me offer a prayer. Did I offer prayer actually? I forgot. Usually. Does anyone remember I offered prayer or not?
No, Prabhuji, you didn't offer today.
Ramakrishna Prabhu?
You did not offer Prabhuji today.
No problem. I don't think I offered. I usually remember.
Yeah.
Ajnanatamirandasya jnananjana shalaka chakshuranmritam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tanam. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirviseshunyoni Paschate Dishatarane. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhupada Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasli Gauravatam Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karati Vachalam Kvangam Langaya Degirim Yatkripato Munda Shigunam Dhanataranam Paramanandamada Sachitanishra. Can everyone hear me clearly?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Rahulji, Priyanka, Mataji.
Yeah,
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Can
Yeah,
you
we
hear
are
Yes,
able.
Prabhuji. Yes, we can hear you. Yes, Guruji, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you, Kate. So, who am I? So, this Professor Dr. Harry Monson, anatomy professor of Illinois College of Medicine, he analyzed all the chemicals in our body. You know? Actually, our body 70% is water only. You know, so I have a glass and a tiny pencil. Do you think you consider yourself as a water bag with a soul floating in the water bag? Do you think like that? Huh? What do you think of yourself? 70% of body is 72% is water only, right? So do you consider yourself a water bag of 72% water? So anyway, this gentleman, how many of you think like that? Huh? Do you think you consider yourself as a water bag with the soul floating in that?
No, Prabhuji.
But science says 72% of the body is water anyway, right? And anyway, so what he did, he analyzed all the chemicals in the body. They're all put together. Okay, let us take, it is in Indian rupees, but let us take $5. You know, do you think you're worth only $5? You know, if they have analyzed all the chemicals in the body, you know, so do you think yourself you're only $5 or let us say $10?
No, Prabhuji.
So what do you think you are? We are going in a BMW and something happens, accident happens. Then will they take care of the $60,000-$70,000 BMW, or will they take care of $5 us? They take care of they ignore the car. They take care of us, right? Then what is our identity? So this I heard she was actually very famous beauty queen of India, you know, but she ended her life. The chemicals are same. No feelings, no thinking, no desires, no consciousness. Same body, but the soul is gone. Hare Krishna. So that is a proof we are not the body but a spirit soul. You know, Krishna says in Gita, for the soul there is no birth, no death. You know, soul there is no birth and no death. Najayate mriyate va kadachin. So what is Krishna telling about the soul in Gita? Najayate mriyate va kadachin. Nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuya. Ajo nitya shariro yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Aja, we are unborn. Nitya, we are always there. Ajo nitya sharir, you know, we are unborn, eternal. Nitya sashvatoyam purano. We are eternal, we are always there. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. When the body becomes unfit to live, Our body dies, we don't die. I don't know how many of you are happy for that. You are there all the time, but not in the same body. Not in the same body. So we are unborn, but we celebrate happy birthday. Happy birthday is for the body. Soul may have trillions of years. We got this year, like I'm 25, that is for the body. You got this body 25 years ago. But what about the age of the soul? Trillions. Ever since the soul came to the material world. You're understanding? No? He has not come into being, does not come into being, will not come into being. Because soul is soul. Unborn, eternal, ever-existing, primeval, very old. He is not slain when the body is slain. When body is gone, he is not gone. So because of the presence of the soul, body goes through changes. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tada dehantara praptir dhirastatranam hyati. Because of the presence of soul, the body goes through these changes. Childhood to boyhood to youthhood to old age. One day the soul becomes the body becomes unfit to live. Then the soul goes to another body. We don't know when and how and why and where, but it happens for sure. In America, that's why they say, as sure as a death. Death and taxes are certain in America. Kaumaram yavanam jara. Just see for yourself which stage you are in. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram. Childhood. Yavanam. Boyhood to youthhood to old age. Youthhood. Yavanam means youthhood. Jara, old age. But one day, like a cell phone, it has a life, 7-8 years. I have a computer, it has a life, 7-8 years. And you have a table, 40 years. Likewise, a body has a life. Like you have a car. Car has a life, right? How many years car will come? How many years we can use the car? After 20-30 years, we have to junk it. Likewise, when this machine becomes unfit to live, the body, soul goes to a different body. Tada dehantara praptir. And people who are very sober, who are nice devotees, they are not bewildered by this change. Why? Suppose your shirt or pant is soiled, what you will do? When our clothes are spoiled, we will put them in the washer and we wear new clothes. Excuse me. So likewise, we got a different body. That different body is based on our karma. It's based on our designs. Just give me one moment. You're understanding?
Yes, Guruji.
Thank you. Body means matter. Soul means spirit. I told body is always dead. Soul is the one that activates the spirit. And body has no consciousness. Like, somebody, if you see a dead body, what is that? So if you think you're the body, hey, they're sleeping there, wake them up. Come inside. Why are you sleeping here? No. What you love that soul is gone. We don't want this body. Same day in India, they finished the rituals. So body is not conscious. Soul is conscious. Body changes, but soul doesn't change. So there is no change to the soul. Soul doesn't change. And body is a temporary. Soul is a eternal, always there. And the body is a lifeless. What animates the body is soul. Soul is alive. Soul is alive. And I like this picture very much. You are not the body that you see in the mirror, but you are the soul within. How many of you like this picture? Tell me. You liked it?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. You know this, the soul and super soul, they're side by side. Body is like a car. You know, body is like a car. Hare Krishna. And I like this picture. Body is just a machine. Yantra. Yantra rudhani mayaya. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridya sarjana tishtati. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudhani maya. So your soul, Atma, is the real driver to the body of car. If you consider body as a car, who is the driver of the car? Sorry. Who is the driver of the car? The soul. So materialist think, what does the materialist think? I am this body. They think we are this body. Once the body is gone, everything is gone. Only one life. No. Spiritualists. So materialists think we are only just chemicals. Everything is finished at the time of death. In my childhood, whenever I would go through problem, I would think, somehow let me tolerate this one life. And once my life ends, everything ends. No! Bhagavad-Gita speaks differently. So, what is the Bhagavad-Gita point of view? Our spiritualists' point of view. Hey, we are not the body made up of flesh and bones. It is not the body made up of blood, flesh, and bones. Excuse me. We are spirit soul, but we are all engaged in matter in the body. Irrespective of what body we are in, the element behind all of us is same. What is that? Soul. That's why we should regard everyone as brother and sister. Because they are also cells, they are also souls. They have desires. Based on their desires and karma, they have got that body. But they are the soul, they are like us. Souls. Maharaj Bharat, because of whom India got the name Bharat. He became very attached to deer in the life. Because of the next lifetime, he became a deer. That is the story of our founder, Hare Krishna. We do not die when the material body stops to function. It's very important. Soul is the driver of the car. Body is the car. How many of you understand? Raise your hand. You understood?
Yes, Guruji.
Thank you. So now there's a comparison between car and the soul and body, of course. So car cannot move even an inch without the driver, right? Or you have to put the technology, driver-like technology, unmanned car, to make the car function automatically, right? I'm sorry, I don't know why. So anyway, car has headlights. We have the eyes. You know, car makes noise, sound, horn. We have mouth to speak. Car has energy. Car has a what is that? Energy. Car has a like, you know, we have car has a engine. We have a heart. Mechanical device. Laptop, 24/7. If it wants to take rest, we take rest. Car has tires. We have legs. So without the driver, car cannot move an inch. The body is termed dead without the presence of the soul, the driver. You understand? Huh? And I want to tell you, Swami Prabhupada came to America. He said this civilization is a cage polishing civilization. Soul is stuck in the body, so we try to enjoy through eating nice food stuff, smelling, seeing, hearing, and the skin by touch. But soul can never enjoy by enjoying the matter all the time. Sorry, soul can never be happy by enjoying the matter all the time. Why? Because soul is a spirit. Spirit has to enjoy the spirit. But the body is dead matter. Spirit cannot enjoy. You all have to say time to time you're following, yes or no. You know?
Yeah, yes, Guruji. We are able to follow.
Thank you.
Guruji, we're able to follow.
But lot of questions are there. This one word is a lot of. Should we wait till the end because we want? I don't want to disturb the flow.
What we'll do, yeah, we'll stop at 6 o'clock and you can ask the questions. If I'm right, practically every question will be answered even if you don't ask. But still, at the end you can ask. You know? So the bird is trapped in the cage. Like for example, likewise the soul is trapped in the body, made up of 5 elements, Panchabhutas, earth, water, fire, air, ether. Not knowing the real identity as soul, people spend all their life in polishing the cage, pampering the body without feeding the soul. Can you say how? Gita says you're the spirit soul, not the body. You're stuck in the body. But because you're stuck in the body, we try to find happiness. We try to enjoy through the body. We try to see through who is seeing through the eyes, who is hearing through ears, who is speaking through mouth, who is smelling through nose. That is soul. Throughout the life, we try to do that. We try to impress others with our money, with our position, with our bank balance, with our car. We are happy, but inside we are shallow. Why? Soul needs something else. Body needs something else. That's why you in offices, I used to work in America too. How are you today? Not bad. How are you today? Not bad. Okay. What is our happiness? There is no misery today. How many of you agree what I'm telling? Or how many of you disagree? Do you agree first? Are you 100% happy? You came to America, dollar is 70 rupees. Are you 70 times happier than Indians? Huh? What do you say?
No, Prabhuji. But Prabhuji, so you're right. But even to be soul to be happy, our basic needs has to be taken care, right? Like food, shelter, and clothing.
Why not? So you have a car which is given to you to go to office. You have to give car gas. You have to do the servicing, and you have to fill the tires with air. You need that. Otherwise, can you go to the office with the same car? Definitely not. Right? So you have to take care of the needs of the body, sir. Very important. But the point is, today we are taking care of only the bodily needs without even knowing we are a spirit soul. That's why we are very dissatisfied sometimes. I'll tell you the story. One lady went and purchased a very sweet sweet parrot. Because this parrot can speak, sing, and dance, people start coming to see the parrot. And because, what is that? So this lady, you don't see so many singing parrots. So this lady, so she started calling everyone. Everyone is coming to see the parrot. She thought they're coming to see the cage. She purchased a very powerful, costly cage. Every day she was feeding the cage, decorating the cage, painting the cage. But she was not feeding the parrot at all. The parrot was telling, ma'am, give me a little food. Ma'am, give me a little water. Parrot was so bitter, so sad, there's no food. One day parrot died. And people stopped coming. And when parrot died, immediately they removed the parrot and the last rites were performed to the parrot. Then what? Uh, the parrot died. So when the parrot died, they stopped going to see the cage. This lady went and told everyone, sir, please come. Today I have given a nice paint to my cage. They said, there is a problem here. We have never come to see the cage. We always came to see the parrot. Once parrot died, we have nothing to do with the cage. How many of you understood the moral of this story? One person. What is the moral? Once parrot died, we have nothing to do with the cage. You are thinking we are coming to see the cage. We always came to see the parrot. Once parrot died, we have nothing to do with the cage. So what does it mean? What is the moral? Huh? What is the moral? One person. You have any idea what the moral of the story is?
Guruji, moral of the story is soul has more importance than the body.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? Rahul, you want to add? Kamini, so you want me to add? Moral is, today we take very good care of cage-like body, but ignore the source, the parrot-like soul. Yeah, understand? Today we take very good care of a cage-like body, but ignore the source, parrot-like soul. If you go to Walmart, there are 20 products for eyebrows. There are 20 products for eyes. There are 20 products for eyelids. There are 20 products for skin, teeth, everything. But if the soul is alive, we need all these 20 products. When soul is gone, you don't need. But is anyone taking care of it? The way she was called, this lady was calling all the neighbors. Please, please come and see my cage. You're understanding or not? Today, we take good care of cage-like body, but we don't even acknowledge the presence of parrot-like soul. Whoever we are, whatever we are, we should know who we are. Yasmin vijnate sarvam hetam vijnatam bhavati. If you know, if you have $100, you have $20, you have $30, you have $40, you have $50, you have $190, $100. So likewise, self-realization is already included in God realization. If you understand what is your relationship with God, how you're connected to God, then when you realize it, you know, and when you realize what is your relationship with the God, we call Krishna. That is a perfection. Excuse me. Otherwise, we think we are this body. Mother thinks these children are these bodies. You know, my children are only bodies. Eat nicely, sleep nicely. You know, I want to go to Hare Krishna program. No, don't go. You have to eat nicely. You have to enjoy nicely. Do your masters in America. But don't go to these programs. Take 20 rupees and enjoy. I mean, $20 or $100 and go to a movie. What do you call it? Innocence. So if you don't feed the parrot, what happens? The parrot dies. That's why people they're dissatisfied. %70 of marriages are divorced in first 3 years. And every second person has a mental problems in America. At least 40% of people. People are so distracted. It is all because of one reason. We are not addressing the needs of a soul, but we are addressing only the needs of a body.
So, Guruji, what are the needs of the soul?
Oh, you tell me. What are the needs of the soul? I know soul is part of a super soul. Soul is spiritual. You need to give food to the soul. You're listening Bhagavad-Gita. You're learning about yourself. Soul is happy. You know, so when you learn about God, you know, we call Krishna. So when you love, when you connect, when you understand that super soul, your relationship, and you know, you hear about him, you know, you perform bhakti, you know, and do service to God. And that is bhakti. You turn back. The love you show to the God is called, the service you do with the affection is called love of God. Then when you turn back, the same affection turns into compassion. And you give the knowledge to others. The point is, um, Giving food and shelter and medicine is service, no doubt. But the real service is bringing people out of illusion. That is the real service. You understanding? Because soul is, Krishna says in Gita, Mamaivam so jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. Arjuna, all the souls are my fragmental portions. Eternally, amsa, Mamaivamsa, amsa, Mamaivamsa, jiva loke, jiva bhuta. We are jiva bhutas. Sanatana, eternally they are my fragmental portions. So, when you, because soul is from God, soul is an emanation of God. If you talk about bhakti, if you practice bhakti, in a loving exchange, what do? You give a gift, you take a gift, and you humbly, you tell your, you reveal your problems to him, One day, one girl asked, she came to West Virginia. I used to live there. I asked her, what did you pray? She told me she prayed all, she told Krishna to solve all her problems. And she said, whom can we tell other than him is our Supreme Father? I said, that is very good. So anyway, the point I'm making is, when you practice bhakti, soul is happy. What is food for the soul? Bhakti.
What is bhakti?
Bhakti means we will come to know in future, but as of now, if you learn about God and if you serve God, that is food for the soul. Understood? As we go deeper and deeper, we will understand. Thank you for the nice question. I mean, are you clear?
Yeah, but still more clarity needs to be. But yeah, overview we got it.
Yeah, I mean, we are only like, second or third session. So, bhakti means service. Like, for example, I can give a small example. If you realize your children and your spouse, they're not the bodies, in their heart also, as I showed the picture, as I showed this picture, Paramatma is there in their heart also. And you'll understand they're just not just bunch of chemicals. The body made up of bunch of chemicals, but there is a soul sitting in that eternal. And next to the soul, there is a super soul. So if you start respecting them, you deal with them as part and parcel of God, and you respect them and you serve them. So what is the best service to your family members? Give them this knowledge, and learn about him and support this knowledge, because everyone thinks they are this body. Then what happens? I'm this body, I'm this body, I'm this body. We think we are this bunch of chemicals. When happiness comes, we explode like a balloon. When the distress comes, we become like a deflated tire. No. As a soul, we are very powerful, like sun. We have that much ability. So if you educate the people, your children and family, they can weather any problem. That's what Kunti did. She told Pandavas, she trained Pandavas to take shelter of Krishna. That's when they could weather all the storms in their lives. More than giving food and medicine as charity, waking them up to the reality is the highest charity. I always say this example, okay, one person is lost and you saw him in Michigan roads, weather is becoming cold, right? So one person gave him medicine, one person gave him a jacket. This boy is only 5-year-old. But one person gave him food. But you went to him and said, hey, what's your father's name? And you say he said his father's name. You went through internet. That name, 50 names came. You called everyone. Did you lose your son? Did you lose your son? One person, Bill Gates, he said, I lost my son. Oh, come here, pick him up. So he'll fly to Detroit. He'll come to Ann Arbor and pick up. I have a question for you. The person who gave food, who gave medicine, who gave clothing, they did charity, no doubt. But who has done the highest charity? Obviously you. By sending the boy to the father, you're solving his food problem, medicine problem, and a clothing problem, right? If you agree, what you have done is the highest charity, best charity. We are all the sons of God, trillionaire God. But we are stuck in the cycle of birth and death. We've totally forgotten our identity. That person, so a green card will come or not, if it comes, or that problem, we have old age problem, health issue, relationship issue, corona issue, Rona issue. But that person will accept the reality and help us to attain liberation, attain love of God. He is doing the true charity. Okay. Anyway, so today Swami Prabhupada calls this civilization as the cage polishing civilization. Because everyone thinks there is body. What is the result? You try to satisfy senses, mind, and all the senses. What is the result? People, we become dull. Sometimes people become crazy. So because of the presence of the soul, the body goes through 6 changes. I want to tell you this. 1995, Ohio University professor said, in 10 years to come, people will marry robots. It's 25 years over. Not even one robot came that is, that has a qualification to get married. Why? We are not robots. Even if a camera watches the movie, camera has no emotions. And we have emotions. Right? Camera has no consciousness. We have consciousness. Camera has no judging. We have ability to judge. What is the symptom? Soul is there. Consciousness. Feelings. Dead body doesn't have any feelings. Sunlight is there means sun is there in the sky. Your feelings means you have consciousness. Means you are a soul. Then you say, why do I need to know this? Swamiji, I think our body is just a complex machine that gets worn out and crashes. Why should we bother about some soul powering the body? Nice question. Why should I know about the soul? Prabhupada said, you think you know, what is that? And does your car or computer grow? Do you have a male car and female car that can unite and produce a baby car? A living body undergoes 6 changes, whereas matter depreciates. It is a soul that makes living body alive. Soul is animating the body. The needs of the driver are different from the needs of the car. Car needs gas, a driver needs rest. Car needs servicing, driver needs love. So the needs of the body are different from the needs of the soul. But today everyone thinks body and everyone thinks they're this body and what they do? They just take care of the bodily needs. So Prabhupada says that's animal. Tiger and lion, they don't think they are spirit souls. They think they're the body. When they become hungry, they eat. When they know they have a sex urge, they go and enjoy sex without any rules and regulations. You know, they want to sleep, they sleep anywhere. When if you break the traffic signal, you'll get the ticket. And if a car breaks the traffic signal, or a dog breaks the traffic signal, nobody gives ticket to the dog. We have a restraint. We have discipline. You have determination. These are the qualities of the soul, not the body. The more you learn about the soul, you develop more and more determination. You become better and better and better. Spirituality is all about that. You know. So why did you come to America when all your friends were sleeping? You were up studying, sleepy. Oh no, I want to study because I want to grow. Yes or no? Sir, you can grow to the extent you can come out of cycle of birth and death. Why should you be happy only for tiny happiness? Gulab jamun, 30 seconds. And samosa gulab jamun, 2 minutes. Samosa gulab jamun and gulab jamun, 4 minutes. We are happy for that, 4 minutes only. And sometimes we do wrong things. For 20 minutes happiness, we have 20 lifetimes of suffering. Right? Nature's laws are very strict. Eating is not a problem, but we should know what to eat. Somebody, they ate what they should not eat, and we are all washing our hands. Corona. Right? Because they just focused on bodily need. Anybody goes in front of tiger, what the tiger will do? But some tiger body supports, human body doesn't support. Enjoying sex life is not wrong. But when a person tries to enjoy a chimpanzee, it's abominable. So the way everyone is scared of corona, believe me, in 90s people are scared of AIDS. So when you understand you're a higher being with higher goals, higher abilities, and you deserve higher happiness, eternal happiness. It starts with the first lesson. You're not the body, but you're a spirit soul. You're understanding? Right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
What's the major difference between a living body and robot? Basically, the machines, they don't grow. They don't generate byproducts. So because of the presence of the soul, body goes through 6 changes. What are the 6 changes? Take birth. 9 months. Actually, when father and mother come together, we are like a chickpea size. Very interesting, huh? Do you all know one day, there was a day in our life, you are a chickpea size. Hare Krishna. But then finally we came out after 9 months, head down, feet up. Then we started growing. Because of the presence of soul, body grows. And body gets into maintenance. Then body, when marriage happens, we generate byproducts. Children will come. Then after some time, body starts dwindling. Like a life is like a sine, half sine curve. It goes up, then comes down. Full sine curve means it will come little up, but for body, no little coming up. Then the body starts failing. And one day, body, Haribol, rest in peace. These 6 changes happen because of the presence of the soul. These 6 changes happen to the body. To anyone, whether you're a billionaire or a poor man, whether you're educated, illiterate, whether you're a cinema star or a simple person, these 6 changes happen to you. Every body. Actually, even every soul, every animal, whether you're aquatic, a beast, bird, reptile, it'll happen to everyone. Even it'll happen to mosquito. But in the 2 days, all the 6 changes happen to mosquito in 2 days. That is their 100 years. Hare Krishna. I'll cover only the screen and I'll stop. We have 3 bodies. Like I'm wearing a jacket. Inside I have a shirt. Inside I have a banyan. 3. After 3, I'm there. Likewise, we have not 1 body, 2 body, 3 bodies we have. What is that? Sthula Sarira that you see, made up of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. What has amazed the scientists? Only 5 products you have. All the products in the world, only 5 elements you have. All the products in the world, they come from these 5 things: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Hare Krishna. Amazing. You don't even have 6th element, cross element. So our body is made up of 5 elements. Panchabhautika deham. It is made up of Panchabhutas: earth, water, fire, air, ether. Bhumirapo, analo vayu. Bhagavad-Gita Krishna says, Kammano buddhireva chahankar mitiyamya bhinna prakritirashtha. That is what is called made up of. It's called a stula sarira, cross body. If you see our body, the hair, every day our body sheds skin and it becomes dirt. That's why you have to broom every day. That is earth. Our body has 72% of the body is water only. And we have a fire in the body, fire of digestion. When the fire is there, your temperature, 98.4. Heat. Air. We have, Ayurveda says we have 5 life airs. Prana, apana, samana, vyana, udana. Prana, pranavayu. When you eat the food, after digestion, apanavayu has to push the excretion down. If we have evacuating problem, it means apanavayu is not working properly. Samanavayu. Udanavayu means it helps, it goes in the stomach air region for the digestion. Vyanavayu, it takes the blood to the different parts. But one air today I have to speak is pranavayu. So soul is in the region of the heart, not in the heart. It is a region in the heart. If you consider soul as a candle, if you consider pranavayu, how many of you heard the word pran? I'm sure you all heard, right? You all heard this pranavayu, right? So,
Yes, Prabhu.
candle and flame, soul stands on the, like a candle, the wax candle, the flame is like a soul. So soul stands on the pranavayu. We don't know, it is not written how many number of years we live. It is written how many number of breaths we live. So how many number of breaths we live. If somebody is a smoker, every day you smoke 20 cigarettes, you will reduce your lifespan by 5 years. You will reduce your lifespan by 5 to 10 years. Somebody abuses his body, but if you do pranayama every day, and if you do yoga, you will even increase the breaths. In 1 minute, we breathe 6-7 times. Start breathing only 1 time. You'll live close to 300 years. Interesting, right? So, and once the last breath is over, you can see that. What we see is that pranavayu going away. When pranavayu goes away, what we can't see is a super soul, Paramatma lives. And Paramatma lives, soul lives. When soul lives, because the prana is connected with the soul, soul lives. So within the gross body, we have one more body. It is called a subtle body, Sukshma Sarir. Like a jacket, inside the jacket I have a shirt. Notice that? Excuse me. Manasu Buddhi Ahankar. Mind, intelligence, ego. We call it false ego, Ahankar. You have billions of lifetimes you went through, billions of bodies you went through, only one mind, only one intelligence, one ego. Only one ego. So this is what's called a Sukshma Sarir. You know, Sukshma Sarir, honestly speaking, nobody knows whether mind is a square or circle or spiral. There are so many books on that. You know, it is subtle. Your friends always say this example. They come from California. Hey, please let us go for a party. Mind says, go, go, go. They're calling for a party. Intelligence says, tomorrow you have a tight schedule in the office, don't go. If you listen to mind, you'll go to them. If you listen to your intelligence, you'll give some excuse and don't go. How many of you have experience? Anyone has any experience? If you listen to your mind, you will go. Most of the time, that's what happens. There are 5 people, you're only one person. They put a lot of pressure. Chalo, chalo, we'll come back in 1 hour. Mind says, please, please, they came all the way, right? Go. No, you can come back in 1 hour, but you know very well, you cannot come back in 1 hour. Right? The next day, aisa nahi karna tha. I should not have done like this. How many of you felt like this? We all have felt. I should not have done. Raise your hand. Let us be honest.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Guruji.
Nobody's.
Yes, Prabhu, I have done.
Zoom, there is actually, you can say option of raising hand. Then I can see the hand. Or you have to unmute yourself and raise your hand. Priyanka ji, did you ever feel I should not have done this?
Yes, Guruji.
Huh? I never felt her. She's raising,
Yeah.
but why I didn't see her raising hand? Oh, you can see in participants. Okay. No, I didn't see actually. Oh, yeah. So Priyanka Mataji raised her hand. How many of you felt I should not have done this? Ralro.
Yeah, I have done a lot of things like that, Prabhu.
Thank you. Anybody else? Padma Mataji. Padma, I have 2 Padma Matajis. You know? Sridhar Prabhu. Ayeshwarji. We need your inputs. What do you think? How many of you felt I should not have done this? No one wants to speak? Okay, no problem. So anyway, mind, intelligence. So if you sometimes we listen to intelligence, sometimes 99% we listen to mind, but sometimes we listen to intelligence. So means you are not the mind, you are not the intelligence. That's the point I'm trying to make. But this is the last point I want to make. Within these 2 coverings of Sthola Sarir and Sukshma Sarir, that is what we are. Soul. Soul is made up of Satchitananda, Sat-Chittananda. We are eternal, we are knowledgeable, we are blissful. But soul has these 2 coverings. What is the three things? In my school, childhood, at least there will be two persons, one or two. What's your name? Sachidananda Sharma. Means the parents want the boy to know he's not the body but a soul. They would give him this name, Sachidananda Shastri. But today, parents don't know that. That's what they do. What is your name? Tinku. I don't know what it means. Hare Krishna. So, what are the qualities of the soul? Eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Sat, Chit, Ananda. What is the nature of soul? To be happy. You're all very divine souls. That's why you came to hear Bhagavad-Gita. So either we enjoy doing any work, or with the hope that the result of the work will give us enjoyment, we do it. There is no other thing other than this two. Nobody wants to work. But why we work? Because end of the month we get the paycheck. Right? Also it will help us say maintain our visa status. These two things. Okay. So today I'll stop it here. I have a question for all of you. How many bodies we have? So soul has a body. It is called a Sachidananda Surupa. It's called a spiritual body, subtle body, gross body. So I want everyone to please speak. That way you'll be able to remember. How many bodies we have?
3 bodies: the gross body, the subtle body.
And soul also. The soul is made up of spiritual body. It's called Sachidananda Surupa. Like Narada Muni, Lakshmi Ji, in all the residents of spiritual world. What is subtle body made up of? Anybody? What is subtle body made up of?
No idea.
No, it is there.
Mind, intelligence, and ego.
That's it. Mind, intelligence, and ego. Manas, buddhi, ahankara. And what is gross body made up of?
The Panchabhuta.
What are those?
Earth, water, fire, air, and ether.
That's it. Bhumi, Bhumi, Agni, water, Bhumi, Rapo, Analo. Apa means water. So earth, water, fire, air, ether. So then what is soul made up of?
Satchitananda.
Yes. In English?
It's bliss, knowledge, and austerity.
Eternity. It is there on the screen.
Oh, okay. Eternity.
Eternity. Means we are always there. 5,000 years ago we were there. 5,000 years later we'll be there. Eternal.
Oh, okay.
We are always there. So that is spiritual body. So we'll stop here and we'll continue next week. Any question or comment, otherwise we'll end it.
So I have a quick question. Oh, go ahead.
So we can say that body is like hardware and soul is the software. Something like that.
Body is the hardware and mind, intelligence, ego is the software.
And soul is
soul is the
else.
passenger. Soul is like body is the gross body is the computer hardware, and mind, intelligence, ego is the software, and soul is the person who is using the computer, which has both hardware and software. Soul is the, so Upanishads explain body as the chariot, gross body, and the 5 we have eyes, nose, ears, tongue, skin. These are called 5 jnanendriyas. And we have 5 karmendriyas. We'll see the karmendriyas later. Jnana, we acquire knowledge through eyes. We acquire knowledge through tongue, taste. We acquire knowledge through nose, smell. We acquire knowledge through ears, information. We acquire knowledge through skin, touch. So these five senses, they're called five horses. Body is a chariot, five senses are like five horses, and the mind is called reins, strips of leather. And the charioteer, driver, is intelligence. And when the intelligence controls the mind, then the senses like horses, they're controlled. Then the soul passenger will reach the destination safe. I don't know how many of you understood. This is the chariot analogy for the body. If you want, I can repeat it. Body is the chariot, or you can call car. Body is the car. Chariot like car. But chariot has five horses. The body has five indriyas, senses: tongue, nose, ears, eyes, and skin. So mind is considered, the leather's reins, the strips of leather. And intelligence is the charioteer, taxi driver. When intelligence controls the mind, the chariot reaches the destination safe. But if mind controls the intelligence, then the accident will happen. 99% of the people in the world, their intelligence, mind has controlled their intelligence. Actually, let me tell you, mind is buddhi, mind is manas, man. Intelligence, buddhi. Ego is ahankar. You heard of these words? Manas, buddhi, ahankar. How many of you heard these three words? You heard of these words? Man, buddhi, ahankar. Okay, if you have not heard, fine. But they're called mind, intelligence, ego. Clear?
Yeah, but okay. So what is ego?
Ego means, actually ego two types, false ego and true ego. When you realize you are not the body but spirit soul, your true ego says, I am the servant of God. I am part and parcel of God, as Krishna says in Gita. But false ego means, I am this body. I am from India. I am a software engineer, manager, software engineer. I came from India. And I run my family by my ability. So all the success is because of me. I am the doer. I bring success to the company. I bring credibility to the family. I. Where there is no God in that, you think you are the doer, that is called false ego. Clear?
Okay. So what's the difference between intelligence?
You're lost.
Intelligence and mind? What is the difference? So how to cultivate intelligence?
Nice
how
question.
to make...
Thank you. We'll come there actually, but you're asking, mind is, I can tell you like this. Mind is like a thief. Intelligence is like police. But what mind did, mind bribed the intelligence, and they both joined together, and they are giving us so much trouble. In other words, intelligence actually stopped the mind. Intelligence should do, because most of the things that mind does are not good for us. Mind doesn't want our welfare. If you take this one line home, your life will change. In a conditioned state, mind doesn't want our welfare. If you take this one line home, your life will change. You'll be grateful to Bhagavad-Gita. Krishna says that. But the intelligence is a discriminating factor. Anything that you see, mind says go, go, go. Alcohol bottle, go, go, go. You see somebody very beautiful, enjoy a sensual life with them. But intelligence, no. The mind is very impulsive. Mind wants only enjoyment. Mind doesn't know whether it's good or bad. You'll see this more, but mind has only, you're all software, you're software, right? Zeros and ones, binary digits came from mind. Yes and no. Zero means no, one means yes. Mind has only two things, yes and no. Gulab jamun, yes. Rasgulla, yes. Samosa, yes. Chocolate, yes. Movie, yes. Hare Krishna program, no. Mantra meditation, no. Washing the utensils at home, no. Going to office, no. Hey, if you don't go to office, then who will pay the mortgage? Who will pay the house rent? All right, yes. Yes or no? Yes and no, that's it. But the real driver is intelligence. You want to go to office? Yes or no? No. Monday morning. Hey, if you don't go to office, who will pay rent to the home? Who will maintain the status? All right, go then. Mind is very impulsive. Sankalpa and vikalpa. It accepts, it rejects. Can you do it? Yeah, I'll do it. So you'll go to you'll ask your friend, I am vacating home tomorrow. Like weekend, can you come and help? Your friend says yes. And you'll call him on Friday. Can you come and help? No, I'm busy now. So we change like a monkey. Up and down. We are not fixed. Sankalpa, vikalpa. Accept, reject. But buddhi, intelligence, a discriminating factor. Speed limit says 645. You want to go 70 because there is no traffic. My intelligence says cop may be somewhere, go slow. Oh yeah. But today, because mind has bribed the intelligence is using the intelligence only to help mind. Material intelligence ho gaya. Intelligence has become materialistic because it has collided with the mind. But if you come to programs like this, you have unlimited power, then, I am police. I should not listen to mind. Actually, mind has to listen to me. Then you sharpen your intellect. That is the success of this program. That is how you will overcome all the bad habits. Less than 3 months, if you sincerely follow. Clear?
Yeah, Prabhuji, lot to learn, but unfortunately, this should be the education, right?
Exactly. This should be education. I realized it after so many years. Why should we study how Britishers conquered India? Why should we study Niagara Falls in India? And why should we study how do we cheat? This should be education. Why, do you know people would go up to the flight like buses? We go to bus station and you find a seat for your family and you say bye bye and go. Like that people would go to close to a flight. They'll make them climb the flight steps. But one person got an idea. If I put a bomb, they will die. So the mind has colluded with the intelligence. Today you want to go to India or anywhere, 2 hours before they'll check you, then you need software, you need employees, you need a 3-minute technology. Why? My intelligence is polluted. Environmental, so why every river in America is polluted and India is polluted? Because everyone is polluted. Ecological problem is spiritual problem. And I can speak more on that. But anyone has any other questions other than this? I think somebody said 2 questions. We'll finish it.
No, a lot of questions,
Next
Prabhuji,
week.
but I think it is, I mean, we'll do the research in internet also, and then so that we...
I will tell you this. We need to have right source of information. Sometimes it's always confusing, especially with the internet. Let me tell you. You can call me. Somebody said some question. I think it's Priyanka, Mother Priyanka. Or,
No, I said Prabhuji.
yes.
I'm Padmaja from.
Yes.
When soul transmigrates to a different body, it just is it only the Satchitananda state, or does it have like both layers of a subtle body and gross body too?
We'll see that actually. That's why we finished early how the session. But But death means, you know very well.
We can't hear you, Prabhuji.
When we leave the world in the conditioned state with some, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait,
No, I couldn't hear you, Prabhuji.
yeah, I understood.
Yeah.
When, everyone please mute. When we have so many desires, you don't have spiritual knowledge, you have not gone through the purification. Then what happens? Our mind has so many attachments, so many desires, so many impurities, and the karma reactions are also there in the subtle body. And when we leave, when the soul leaves, then soul leaves with subtle body. Soul lives with the subtle body. And we go to the next body. If our desires are like deer, next lifetime we'll get into, we have a deer body. If our desires are like that of a bird, next lifetime we'll get into bird body. Maharaj Bharat, because of whom India got the name Bharat, because he developed unwanted attachment to the deer, next lifetime we become a deer actually. Bhagavatam says that. So anyway, coming back to your question, in a conditioned state, when we leave the body, we go to the next body with our subtle body. Gross body is born into ashes anyway, you know that. But what is liberation? If you fully purify the subtle body, the contamination, or in other words, if you dissolve the subtle body, that is liberation. Then only soul remains.
So if like my IQ is like 120 this time, so it will be the same, or with my previous karmas, it won't go like IQ of a 70. Like basic.
My IQ is 120. Okay, repeating here.
No. What I'm trying to say is my intelligence. So the soul travels through the subtle body, right? So
Right.
My IQ, let's say, like now it's 120. It's still the same, or because of my previous karmas, I'm going to be like mentally challenged.
Nice question, Amma. Basically, intelligence is a subtle organ. IQ is one of the expressions of the intelligence. And definitely your karma will impact your impressions of intelligence. In other words, your IQ will be definitely impacted. You know, it is based on your desire, and what is the nature awarding based on the karma, collective karma, all the karmas put together. You're understanding? Actually, when we have a session coming up, why bad things happen to good people, there we analyze a lot. But as of now, I can tell you, definitely it will be impacted. You know, definitely it will be affected. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other question? Otherwise, we'll end it. You know?
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Yes.
I want to know why when we pray, why are our minds distracted, and what can we do to stop that distraction?
Who is this?
Aisha.
When we pray, our minds are distracted, right? That's what you said.
Yes,
And
Prabhuji.
what is the second line you said?
What can we do to stop that distraction?
Okay, you know, you have jumped into the shoes of Arjuna. Same question Arjuna asked Krishna. It is there, that verse is there. Chanchala himan Krishna pramadi balvadradam yashaham nigraham mani vairya sudushkaram. Oh Krishna, I can control the cyclonic wind with my arrows. Cyclonic wind means it like 100, 200 kilometer speed. And 200 kilometer speed, Arjuna is telling I can stop it. But I cannot stop my mind. Mind, like a monkey, it wavers. So Krishna gives the answer in Bhagavad-Gita. I agree, Arjuna. Asamsaya mahabaho, mano durnigraham chalam. I fully agree. Mind is very difficult to control. However, Krishna gives a solution. Abhyasena kaunteya vairagyena cha drishyate. practice and detachment. Practice. I don't know, you have ever seen in India a young girl, she puts 3 pots on her head and she walks on a rope. Did you see that?
Yes.
What a control she has on her mind. She's only 8-year-old. Wow. So when you pray, okay, this is the thing. Mind I took in today, yes and no. Anything that gives happiness, instant happiness, mind wants it. Gulab jamun, yes, yes, yes. Rasgulla, yes, yes, yes. Then samosa, yes. Movie, yes. Party, yes. Wearing a mask for corona, no, no. Who will wear mask? You know. Office, no, no. I don't want to work. So mind is very impulsive. So a prayer, definitely no. But intelligence is there. You know, so for example, you go to movie, you will 3 hours you'll watch the movie. Do you see any distraction in the movie? Huh?
No.
Fully absorbed. You'll be like you will glue yourself to the TV or you know, somebody gives a popcorn, you don't know where your popcorn will go to the mouth naturally, you know. You're that much absorbed actually. If you're a cricket fan in India, 50 hours morning, 50 hours evening, you'll watch a 100 hours cricket match morning to evening, non-stop. Why? Instant happiness, mind likes it. Then you tell the mind, exams are coming, study. Abha. Not just prayer, exams are coming, study. Mind will never tell you to study, but the intelligence pushes. So likewise, pray. Mind says no. But if you want to succeed materially, materially you need to control. I mean, you need to reject the mind and you need to make the mind study. Likewise, if you want to spiritually be successful, you should not listen to mind, but you should make mind listen to you. In other words, you should make intelligence subdue, control the mind. So, what is Arjuna giving the reason? So Krishna giving the solution? Practice. Same day you pray sincerely. And one more, detachment. We'll discuss that more. We are only third sessions. You know, we'll discuss that more. But basically, is practice. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, we'll end it today. Thank you very much, and we'll continue next week. Any question? I mean, if anyone has any suggestions, you can let me know. The Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
If I've spoken anything wrong, excuse me as your servant. Very grateful for your patient audience. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.